What up, everybody? Joe White here. I'm just making a quick video because the gamer community in YouTube today is kind of in an uproar, and not in an uproar. I that's a strong word. I would say that there's been a big um how would you say development in the whole YouTube gamer community slash Lizard Squad slash PSN slash Xbox Live deal. Um, there's a fellow YouTuber out there, ReviewTechUSA, and he makes videos from time to time, basically calling out Lizard Squad for what they are, which is nothing but a bunch of cyber terroristic idiots who are probably hiding in their mother's basement and who probably have never been laid a day in their life and have nothing better to do. I mean, they say that in this interview, which I'm going to I'll post a link to it down in the description, or even just go check out ReviewTechUSA's YouTube page. He gets a lot of flack from people. And I don't always agree with the guy. I'll say that. I don't think you're ever going to always agree with anybody, in life. But he does good videos. He's the one that showed me the video game that was released a few months back called Shovel Knight. It was on Steam, and now it's on PlayStation and Xbox. I bought it for PlayStation day before yesterday, and I love that game. So thank you, Thank you, Rich, for telling me about that game and showing us that game. You made me make a smart decision, and it's very good. But basically what happened is that he makes a video talking about how he got a death threat on Facebook. And he got a death threat because he's going to Too Many Games, which is a gaming convention up in Pennsylvania in June. So that's what he did. He got a death threat because somebody was threatening to kill him up there at Too Many Games, threatening to. Basically the threat was saying something like they're gonna sit there on a building with a sniper rifle 600 yards away, and they have a layout of the building when they know where he's gonna be at, and blah blah blah. So, sorry if you're hearing that. Somebody's upstairs with a hammer, and I'm getting ready after I finish to find out why. But So Rich of ReviewTechUSA, Rich or Rick, I can't remember, but the guy from, he receives a death threat. Lizard Squad then sees this video that this guy makes talking about how Lizard Squad is a piece of shit for hacking PlayStation Network last weekend. And they are. Lizard Squad, who is not really taking credit for the death threat, but they say they've came out in this interview that Rich did, and they know who it is. Basically, they are. Give me one moment here. I'm trying to get this right here because I don't want. I don't want to, I'm here to give my opinion, but at the same time, I don't want to dare these guys to come after me, because the job I have, I work for probably the most popular, well, they're not popular, but I work for the most prominent cable company in the United States. I work for them every day. And I don't need to be hacked, because if it gets traced back to me, then I could probably lose my job. But at the same time, I feel the need to comment on this because part of this interview is fishy to me. And I don't know, when I say fishy, I'll get into that in a second. But let me finish this story here. What happened was that he made a video saying, Lizard Squad hacked PSN. So or Lizard Squad hacked PSN. So Lizard Squad or called the people who run too many games or emailed them or whatever and said, look, this guy's received death threats, Rich has received death threats, and basically, you know, he sorry, I'm thinking as I'm talking. I should have had this more planned out, but it's like I just saw this little debate video, and I don't know if I should really be doing this, because at the same time I want to, at one point, you know, the devil and angel appears, and I want to, the devil's popping up over here and going, you know what, call these motherfuckers out, tell them come attack my ass, come DDoS me, come hack me. It's one thing to attack a major corporation, but how about you try it on the little man for once? You know, if you want real notoriety, hack me, you know. And then there's people going, well, who the fuck are you? Well, you're right. But, anyway, Rich gets on there and he pretty much debates with Lizard Squad on somebody else's podcast. I want to say the YouTube channel is Drama Alert. So he gets on the Drama Alert's channel and he basically, you know, talks about, with these supposed members of Lizard Squad, about, hey, why'd you do this? What's your beef with me? And the people from Lizard Squad are just, oh, we do this because we can, and all you can do is cry, you'll never find us, nobody will ever find us. And when they're asked about the death threat, they openly give the guy up, they give the guy up who made the death threat, saying that he's not associated with Lizard Squad, which I find that a little bit hard to believe, because when something is able to track, if the first thing the mob does is cut off the man that can be traced, you know. So, but then Richard gets on, you know, Twitter, his Twitter here, and says that Lizard Squad wants to debate me tonight with Keemstar. Well, I don't know why Lizard Squad would want to do this. You know, I guess maybe because they're jacking off, but basically, a lot of people are saying, no, it was a bad idea. He retweets a post from Barnacles, who said that he spent the afternoon at the police department opening a case for fraud and identity impersonation. And then he uploads, you know, the debate. And then he's like, holy crap, the amount of support I'm getting is unreal, blah, blah, blah. He says, thank you. I want to say this, I support Rich in what he's doing. But then he turns around and gives up. He turns around and waves the white flag at these guys. My thing is this. Sorry, the cough is still here, but my thing is this. Whoever did this supposed debate over Skype with Rich from ReviewTechUSA and the supposed members of Lizard Squad, you're on Skype with these guys. So you kind of got a phone number for them, unless it's a direct Skype to Skype message. Then even then you got some kind of a username. If you're talking one-on-one with these guys, how are you not knowing where they're calling from? How are you not knowing where they're at? So that we can finally bust these guys, bring these guys to justice for what they've done, let them get sued and put under the ground by Sony and Microsoft for what they've done. Something just doesn't add up here with this interview to me. And call me a conspiracy theorist all you want to, but something just does not add up. You finally get supposed members of the Lizard Squad on Skype, and you don't know where they're calling from. You don't get names out of these guys. You don't get an email address or something. How did you communicate with these guys to set this up in the first place? And then you say, oh, the FBI, they're not worried about this. Well, if you have some concrete evidence and some concrete, leads, they may get interested. Because what happens next when you guys sit there and attack why don't you do something relevant? And if you're going to really hack something, why don't you go hack the White House or something like that? Because that then would get everybody's attention. Or are you too afraid to do that because you'll get caught? Because you'll realize you're not as good as you think you are. And this is not me sitting there saying they should attack, the government or whatever. I don't like it. I think they're terrorists. You're going to get slapped by the Patriot Act if you get caught. You get branded a terrorist in this country, that's almost death, man. And then they say they're from Canada. That they're in the military up in Canada. And that they can't be touched. Well, sorry, governments can work together to extradite your ass. Or all they got to do is say, well, Sony of Canada is suing you, so there you go, you got jurisdiction. But I wish Rich would, leak a little bit more of this out there. Tell us how this interview came to be. Tell us how you can not know where these guys are after Skyping with them. And the whole time, these arrogant bastards that are claiming to be from Lizard Squad are sitting there on the phone. And they're, you can hear their Facebook going off. You can hear their Skype going off. They're sitting there basically laughing and jacking off with, these other two guys. And it's just, if these guys are really the people behind Litter Squad, I said it again, Lizard Squad. If these idiots are really the ones behind all this, maybe we should be a little bit worried. Because if two jack-off idiots, virgins like this can take down an entire video game network, imagine what the 5-year-old with the laptop is doing or learning. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video, guys. I know there's a lot of dead air, me just looking at the camera and sighing, but I don't know where... I don't know where the gray area on this is, because at one hand I can't afford to be hacked. But on the other end, I'd love to see him try. Poor me, who the fuck am I? Maybe I'm not worth their time, but whatever. All I'm saying is if you want to try something and prove to the world that you are something, why don't you go for something other than a PlayStation Network or Xbox? Or even Nintendo. Why are you even spending your time on rinky-dink video games? When, okay, it's down for a few hours, big deal. Or it's down for a weekend, big deal. Sony changes the code and gets it back up and running. You've accomplished nothing. You have accomplished nothing. When people look back in history, they won't remember you. They'll remember us taking a stand against you, but they won't remember the work you've done. The only thing they're going to think is that you're a stupid piece of shit. Which you are. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. Here's a short video. I'm going to have a video coming up about NXT TakeOver, which is tonight. A lot of people on Twitter buzzing about it. By the way, if you're on Twitter, follow me at Wrestling Truck. WRESTLINGTRUCK. Facebook.com/NewsSurgeLive is where you can find me there. And anyway, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, write a comment below. Let me know what you think of this whole interview, this whole debate, because it seemed too good to be true, because this is the first time to my knowledge that anybody's been able to get a sit down with any of these guys claiming to be from the organization. But let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. My name is Joe White, and I will see you down the road.